gone for 2 days. You spoke about pace with us. Is that what we witnessed tonight, what you were talking about right there?
Yeah, I think that was a good visual of it. And, like I said 2 days ago, compete and pace, and we needed that. And I also talked about the confidence I had in that group, and, yeah, it was a good pace today.
Coach, I think we were all waiting for the "We Want Donnie" chants tonight.
Oh,
about
no,
the great
no.
response.
Yeah, no, none of that. Guys played very well. Absolutely. Obviously, they played very well all the way through.
Did you sense that right from the beginning, Greenway's shot, everyone had the shot mentality that a lot of times hasn't been there this year, and that created a lot of those chances? Yeah,
and you know, Mike, we've talked a lot about that. That's the barometer, the willingness to shoot, the willingness to work, to go get rebound, the belief, and it all goes hand in hand, and it was there tonight.
What did you think about the way the group responded when you're down 2-1, and with the way the Leafs play, wide open, it could have been tempting to, you know, as we say, try to outskill the other team, but they didn't try to do that.
Falling down, you know, going ahead, and a lot of energy in the building, and you know, with coming off the game the other night, certainly you're excited when you jump out and you get ahead, and then all of a sudden, a couple minutes later, you're down 2-1. And I spoke of the other night. There was a real lull after we gave up a couple goals. Tonight, there was absolutely zero of that. But that's again, we came out ready to go. I thought we were able to set a high bar for ourselves, and that is a significant factor in that. Just moved right on.
When you hear your players talk about you the way they did tonight. I mean, Rasmus Dahlin was mad the way you were treated the other night. He said that's not right, that you took too much grief, and he wanted to have your back in this game. And he wasn't the only one that said that. That has to be nice to hear your players have you like that.
Nothing better as a coach than to have your guys believe in you. So it means everything as a coach. That means everything. Because I can tell you, you have to push these guys. And I've had lots and lots of players that they don't know how much you care about them because you have to push them. And so when a player does say, I don't know what Ras said or anybody else, you know, if that's the case, it obviously is, to me personally, it's a great feeling. Because again, you know, we're not easy on these guys, and nor can we be.
I know you scored 9 goals in that game, but how much of that was, you know, offense coming from defense?
A lot, and again, I said it the other day when Tim asked, compete and pace, and we needed pace, and you know, we had a good skate yesterday, and we did some things different, and who knows, maybe that helped, but. Our guys had good energy, and obviously that, you know, that defenseman up was very key in moving it quick.
Jack scores that late goal, and you know it's a late goal in a kind of a blowout game. But how significant is that for him just to get that first one after what he's been through?
It's always big to score, especially when you're a goal scorer, and there's just no feeling like a puck going in the net off your stick. So. It's big. It's big for lots of guys today to get a scoring touch. I thought Dylan Cousins, you know, has played really well the last 4 games, and now he's got some familiar guys on his flank now with Jack back, and you can just see the energy and life that trio has. So it's big when guys score. I think Tage, you know, Skinner comes back in the lineup, and that, you know, that trio looked pretty good, and you saw the one goal they had late was lots of chemistry.
Did you feel maybe the Cousins line got better and better as the game went on? Just maybe they got used to each other again?
Yeah, I thought they were great at the outset, but yes, I thought they got better and better. You know, they're, again, familiarity. They skated yesterday in practice, and even when you watch them in practice yesterday, like you're thinking that, boy, you know, is this what it's going to be tomorrow night? You know, when you saw those guys skate together yesterday, and it certainly was for us.
When you see the way this group answered, give up a shorthanded goal, give up a power play goal, and answer back with one of their own to be able to get to not just stay in the game, but to overcome those, you know, those.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't even think our guys, when they fell down, even thought overcome. They just wanted to play. They played for, you know, a greater, I think, just a greater passion and love of the game, which is something we've missed, and just playing for the right reason. the reason that's made you great. Pure joy of playing and loving, and we've been sidetracked from that quite a bit for various reasons, and I think we get back to that, you're going to see a lot more talent and skill, and that's kind of the mission right now for us.
It's Sabres Leafs, so there's going to be disagreements, but you were in the battle in the last minute. What can you say? What was going on there in the last minute there?
I can't really remember, Mike. Not sure what you're referring to.
We've talked about, when it comes to the way this team plays, since the start of the year, I remember just questions that we've asked you just about getting him to play a more mature game. In addition, adding on to what you guys did last year. You build a foundation, but making subtle tweaks to become better defensively, to become, a more mature group or whatnot. But was there any talk the last, whether it be this week or previous weeks, about maybe just getting back to the way you guys played last season and then seeing what your deficiencies are defensively and then addressing it? Or was there any sort of talk about just adjustments from that end of it?
You nailed it.
Would you mind elaborating on that?
Can you put it in your words so we can quote you instead of Lance?
We obviously, you go through a season last year, you finish where we finished, and there's analytics, there's everybody that this needs to change, that needs to change, and you start focusing on what needs to change, and sometimes you lose yourself. Enough for you?
Absolutely. The past week, in a vacuum, there might be a temptation to say, okay, bounce back, great, it's fixed, or we've solved things. The season, taking the season into account, when you've had games like this and had it not lead to how you want it to be over the course of the next few games or an extended period, what are the lessons that are learned about digesting this game and using it?
To play with a fearless intent, you have to be able to enjoy doing what you're doing. Again, without repercussion of, what if we get scored on? What if we don't win the game? What if? And I think we got a group that cares so much. And I've been around groups like this, and when you care so much, sometimes you don't want to be a guy to make a mistake, and that consumes you at times, and then it's hesitation, and that can interfere with just the love of the game, and the decisions made on that ice are so damn fast that any inhibitor up here, any conscious or subconscious fear is going to be hesitation on the ice. It's going to look like not working, and so we had one good game tonight. You can't get too low, you can't get too high. You gotta, but we have to play with more passion. I think that's the initiative we're hitting on. So, and pace.